0, 1. Let's get started.
What's going on? Hillbilly W.O.P here. See me, C3. We're changing the channel, by the way. The name is changing. The channel's not changing. It's going to be the same. I mean, cars, stuff like that, you know. But calling ourselves, or we are. I am. Somebody is. I'm Hillbilly W.O.P now. Hey, how you doing? But still handle See Me, C3. Channel called Hillbilly W.O.P. So what are we doing today? Man, it's one of those days where it's just like nonstop. A lot of fun. But we are working on a flipper. Boop, 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 boop. That's not a dolphin. But anyways, we're working on a flip car. And let's see what we pulled out of the bag of Facebook fun this time. And there she is. 2005 Honda Civic HX. Unfortunately, the baser of the models, but Honda Civics and the coupes are pretty, you know, people like them. Young kids like them, you know, so that's what we're dealing with here. We got some problems. We got a checklist we're going to have to go over and do some stuff, and we already got some supplies. Like I said, just been running nonstop. But hey, here's our flipper, you know. Let's get it done. Let's get to work on some of the little stuff, oil changes, blah, blah, blah. And we'll make a checklist, like I said, and get it done. So before we dig into our checklist, let's look at the original Facebook ad that was posted that I answered and obviously got this car from. Well, when I first started looking at it, she had some dings and dents and things going on in the exterior that I noticed. Needed to fix the grill and polish up the headlights a little bit. There was a lot of nicks and little dents that I was able to eventually take out. But there was also some engine things that I needed to do as well. And we'll go over those things on our checklist. You can see the interior was okay, but it, you know, needed some sprucing up. So we did that as well. Now, the exterior was actually in pretty darn good shape on this car, other than some little things. They wanted $2,000, but I offered them $1,000, and they took it. So let's look at the checklist and see what we got to do. Well, it's a pretty long checklist, so let's get started knocking it out.
0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Oh, that's real good.
Ain't nobody stopping me.
All right, now I'm going to top her off with some fluids. Now, I've used this in a few of my cars, and it seems to really quiet up a little engine, you know, oldness. I don't know. Drop it in the comments if you've used this and if you like it. But we're going to fill her up with oil and then see what goes on after that. So let's fill it up. All right, we'll go ahead and knock off the oil change from our list now. Day 2 working on the Honda. So yesterday we did the oil change. Messed around with a few things, just kind of checking out things. Took a few rides in it. Seems to drive pretty decent, so fingers crossed. Today we're going to clean out some of the inside. I ran to pull apart and got some things. I'll show you here, and we'll kind of get this stuff done because I got to get this thing flipped. You know what I'm saying? All right, so if we look in the interior of the Honda, I'm starting to get her vacuumed out, but for some reason we're missing a piece of carpet here, which is not good. So we had to go down to Pull Apart, and we got the closest matching carpet we can find out of a Acura we got these parts out of an Acura something, I don't remember, but look, it looks pretty close, so hopefully we can get them in there and it looks good and better than it does now with exposed wires, and just cleaning up the inside, getting it real good. We can't do much on the outside yet. It's a kind of crummy day, so I don't want to get into painting or anything, but that's probably going to be tomorrow, and then waiting on a couple little parts, and then she's ready to go. So let's get to cleaning this son of a gun out. Like I said, she wasn't that dirty. I just needed to vacuum her out. The carpet was the main thing. All right, so what I'm going to do now is take that lovely carpet that we got from the Pull Apart, and I'm going to soak her down with some tough stuff. And we're fighting the thunderstorm. Fully coming. And I'm going to squirt this down, and I'm going to brush it in real good and clean it up. And then I'm going to wet back it down, carpet, clean it up, and stick it in there, and hopefully it's looking pretty good. And then we're going to do this to the whole interior as well inside. So again, here we go. I was really impressed how this turned out. I didn't think it was going to look that great, but actually, even though the carpets didn't match the same color, the fit from the Acura to the Civic Coupe was identical match. Even the holes matched. Well, the rain's coming, but looking pretty good. I'd say this looks, I mean, it's not, doesn't match exactly, but, you know, once I cut this back, tuck it under, put some mats in there, a lot better than it looked. Here's the storm. So, wow, wrapping up another day. I know it doesn't look the best in here with the tools and the dog barking in the back. Buddy, shut up! Anyways. This is what she looks like right now on the inside. Yeah, the mat's got to go back in, all that jazz, but she smells really good and it's really clean on the inside now. And it's dark, so you can't see the best right now. So later on, we'll take some more video of the inside, but hard day's work getting in that carpet, which, I mean, again, can't really see it, but hey, look, it pretty much blends in the dark. That's good. Well, anyways, well, tomorrow we'll get to the rest of the stuff, I guess, you know, little odds and ends that we still need to get to. All right, let's go ahead and knock off another couple items off of our to-do list. Yep, here we are, another day, trying to get this bad boy Honda going again. Today, we are going to clean up some stuff in the engine bay, make it look nice. We're going to put this other purge valve on that I pulled from Pull Apart. Now, the people told me they put a new purge valve on here, but it wasn't an OEM Denso. So I'm going to try it, and hopefully that solves my code, and we're on the go. But let's clean up the engine bay a little bit so it looks a little nicer. Still kind of waiting on parts, and the weather is not the nicest, so may start taking apart some of this bumper though too today, because I noticed that it is just on there, kind of, I don't know. You take a look, tell me. All right, we got the airbox stuff off the engine. Now we're gonna go ahead and stick on this purge valve. This is what the purge valve looks like. This was an original Denso part pulled from Pull Apart the other day. Now, the people told me they did replace this, but I will show you here in a second how you get it off, because it's just 2 screws. But it's not a Denso part, so I was wondering maybe, just maybe, if this may help it. So let's try it out. Right here you can see our purge valve, and it's held in with 2 little screws, one there and then one on the other side. And that's basically it. So we'll change that out and see if it helps us in our situation at all. Alrighty, we got that purge valve out, so we can see the O'Reilly's one versus the Denso. Really no difference. just really hoping, like I said, it helps whatever the heck's going on, because sometimes these Hondas can be a little finicky with other sensors, I've noticed. So let's try it out. Yeah, not really sure what's going on here. When they put this on, they just decided, woo-wee, we could get that on there with the just 2 zip ties will hold that fine. No, but yeah, got to clean up some of this nastiness in here and gook, and just make it look a little nicer. I'm not going to go crazy, but I'm going to make it look nicer than it does now. Yep. Well, where are we at in the process? Woodpecker in the background pecking, and we're still ticking. So here we are. Engine put back together, air box, all that jazz. Purge valve on. Engine cleaned up a little bit. I didn't do crazy stuff, but just enough to make it look a little better. Got to still touch up some things. And now we get to try to start her up and see how she runs. So I'm sitting here on the ground and I'm debating. I don't know what this person was doing, but they had painted these little areas in the bumper black. I was trying to sand it down and see if I could get it down, but there's quite a bit of material, and then I don't know. And this side's got that black look. And I'm thinking about just making this all black underneath here. Taping it off real quick and just call it a big old bottom black. I don't know. Well, we'll see how it looks. Guess we'll try to do it. Well, I don't know. We went for it there, so even in the rain, we're trying to get things done today. It's a hard thing to do. Paint doesn't like the rain, shit like that, son of a gun. But hopefully we can get down the coat that'll stick nice, and then it'll be tearing off that lovely duct tape that we had to use because we ran out of painting tape, which is going to be fun. And yeah, seeing what this looks like, it's going to be interesting. Yep. So, rain slowed down. Great. Now the custom bumper is drying and it's starting to go to its matte black. So after this car goes, we're gonna paint the grill here same matte black so that it matches, and it'll match the wheels, and then we'll have matching everything. I don't know, match it. So yeah, we prepped everything. We're just kind of cleaning things up, sanding them down, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, what do you think? Does it look better? I mean, I think it does. It's the new look for the Civic. Wait till the rest gets cleaned up, really gonna look good. With everything touched up there, and I don't know, that's what it came out like. Said we're gonna do something with that bottom area there, and that's what it came out like. Not too bad. What did we get done today? Well, we got the purge valve, we cleaned out the engine bay some, and then we got the grill painted, we got the bumper painted, and we got the headlights cleaned up. So pretty successful day, and tomorrow hopefully we'll get some parts in and start to finish this thing up. Here we are, another beautiful day here in Knoxville, Tennessee. At least it's not raining. It's cold. It's not as cold as the last few days, I guess. I don't know, it's not the best. So today we got the car all jacked up. We're gonna get these wheels off and paint them up. We're gonna check out some things in the suspension. So, we'll get the paint in here, and got some tricks that I'll do here to get it looking a little better. All right, guys. Day 3, 4, one of those days. You get lost in the flips. Well, how's the progress? We have cleaned them up. We sanded them down. We washed them down again. We're kind of waiting for them to dry again here. Gonna wipe them down. Gonna get some alcohol on them. And then we'll spray them. So I was debating here on painting these mud flaps, and I think I'll do that too. Just because the, I don't know, Momo that did it before tried to paint it. Yeah, that's what they did. Yeah, they painted the car too. So, take them off, put them back on. I was checking around the suspension stuff, and I found out I was making some kind of noise going over bumps, but I couldn't figure it out. Well, now I did. This mud flap over here is just kind of flapping in the wind, and every so often I think it bumps up here and we get a little bit of a noise. So gotta fix that and paint that one too. So got a little extra stuff to do right now, but hey, coming along, you know, trucking along. So while I was letting the tires dry here, decided to do some brake work. Looks great, don't it? Didn't touch it, but paint looks good. Woo! Brake. Oh my God, that's a new caliper. No. Oh boy, flippers are fun. All right, down here with the tires. Looking all right. Got them cleaned up. So here's my trick. It's not really a trick. I learned this from YouTube or whatever. I don't remember what I was watching, but you know, I did a video like when I first started my channel on doing some rims, and I took hours taping the tire because I was saving the tire. It was really stupid. Because after I saw this video, I thought, well, what the hell? Duh. Go get yourself some index cards, baseball cards, playing cards that you got sitting in your drawer, whatever, and line the rim with them. And you won't have to do as much taping or masking. You can just kind of put these all around here. Maybe you got to do it this way. I don't care as long as they're all in here and they're not hitting the... There you go. Perfect. All right, so let's get them all good looking and paint them. So that's what I meant, you know. Take the cards, make a little dish. Now I can paint and won't get it on the tire. So let's get these two done and see how much paint we got left, because we still got a lot of things to like touch up paint with, and apparently I should have bought more paint. You know how that goes too. So here we go. We got the front wheel on, waiting on the back wheel mud flap to dry because it's been a little bit of a son of a gun. But boy, doesn't that look a whole lot better? I mean, man, tell me that don't look like a totally different car just with those tires and how everything pops now. Looking good, getting there. All right, tell me what you think. I mean, geez, this side looks so much nicer now, doesn't it? Even with the mismatched paneling, that doesn't, yeah. But geez, what a difference that those rims, painting them up and just making them look better. Gosh, let's look at the other side just to compare. Not so nice, huh? So I guess it's time to get this side done, which is not going to be fun. All right, kiddos were over. Had to do some things with them. Did get to finish the outside of the wheels and tires, and we had a lot of fun doing that, let me tell you. But hey, looks a lot better. Now, one of the things on our checklist is to fix this hood latch, which I saw a little kit on eBay that you can take your original cable and put a little Allen little thing in there and a little wedge in there, and you can fix your pull for your hood. So I'm going to try to do that. I got to cut a little bit of the plastic off, if you can see there. I can get a grip onto it, and then we'll see if it works. Hey, man, Sunday, and everything was going good yesterday. Drive the car, take it for a test drive after we got the rims all painted and such. And guess what? She decided she wasn't going to start. Then I parked her. Yeah. Go to get some Cokes. Bam. No good. Well, she did finally start, and she threw a code about the EGR valve. So, guess what we're doing today? Taking it out. Checking it out. Man. Good times. Let's check out what we're doing. Alrighty. That wonderful thing with the green sticker on the top is our EGR valve. And apparently that can get gunked up every so often. And if that is the case, it's not going to start on us. So, let's check it out and see what's going on here. Just 2 bull bolts that hold it in there. So, another day. Another Honda day. Started thinking some things were weird yesterday after we took the EGR off. So, I'm going to show you some things that we figured out that needed to be fixed. So, let's look at them. Alright, so, first things first. When I was doing my video yesterday about taking the EGR valve off, and I told you had to take off 2 bolts, or 2 nuts here. That's really just holds the EGR, and I have been cleaning that port out. But while I was cleaning the port out, and while I was doing the video, like I said, first thing I noticed was there's no plug going into this sensor, and I was like, what the heck's going on? That's not right. Well, come to find out, that is the VTEC solenoid, and it didn't have a plug because it was broken off. So we had to order that part, and we're going to put that in as well. Now, when I was looking at that, I also noticed that there was a threaded bolt coming out here with no nut. I didn't know why the heck that was like that, and I realized, well, hey, that's not really holding on the housing for the EGR, which can cause a leak. And so therefore, I maybe think I found where the leak was coming from. And we're tightening that one down, and we're still going to put the new EGR on, and I don't know. Let's see. So finally, after waiting, we have got our EGR valve, and I'm going to put my gasket in there, and then I'm going to stick my new EGR on there. Pick it back up. Still waiting on the other solenoid for the VTEC. Woo! VTEC solenoid. Alright, so remember mine was broken, didn't have the clip, blah, blah, blah. All I gotta do is put back in these 3 long bolts, stick it back on there, make sure I got my gasket on there good, and then put some other stuff together. Let's check in with our to-do list. We replaced the latch, replaced the EGR, replaced the VTEC solenoid, and painted the rims. I learned, put super glue in a spot that you want to maybe fill a hole that's plastic. You take some cigarette ash, you place it on super glue. Then you kind of bush it in. You could actually sand that and get rid of those holes. I'll show you what I did in the back here in a sec. Alright, so in the back, remember we had that crack, and this is what we did. That technique I just showed you there in the front, and it's not the prettiest, but we don't have a big old gash in there now, and I gotta do a little more sanding it down, and then we'll try to paint it, I guess. I don't know, just touch up paint it, just spray a little light coat. It's gonna be hard, but see what happens. Yeah, another day. Hey, so I don't know what you guys think. Tell me what you think here of my bumper. painted it at night. But anyways, well, that's how it looks. Guess it's better than a big old split in there. So just pulled off the VTEC solenoid here. I'll show you that son of a gun. It looked like it was leaking, so that could have been a problem for oil leaks. They are notorious for doing that after a while. So let's take a look at what we pulled off and how we pulled it off. Yay! Finally one of my packages came in. It's our tail light. Let's install it. Now, how to install this thing, it's real easy. There's just 4 bolts that are gonna hang out here, and you put these little nuts on there, and that's it. Put your bulbs back in, and we'll have a new light. It's been one. You know, Hillbilly W.O.P trying to flip this car has been a son of a gun. Seems to start up again. Replaced all those parts and still runs about the same. So, you know, gonna flip it over to somebody else and let them start fooling with it. But, you know, let's see what we get out of it. Let's go over our completed checklist. Now you'll see one thing, the replace evap canister is checked. And that got done 20 minutes before the buyer actually showed up, so I didn't get to record that. But we got everything else done that was on our list, and we're able now to put it online and see what we get. Let's also look at the pictures of before and after and see what you think. I think it looks good.
Zero. 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Oh, that's real good.
Hey, you might notice something different here. There's no Honda. Where did it go? Well, the flip was successful. Thank God, after all that work. $2,200 is what we made on the flip, and we'll put up here the chart of what we spent and what we made. So here's the breakdown. Hood latch, $8.61. VTEC solenoid and air intake, $73.27. Walmart miscellaneous parts, $101. Pull apart, about $50. Gas, $30. The car was $1,000. That put us in at $1,262. We sold it for $2,200 and made a profit of $937.66. As always, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was a whole lot of work, but a lot of fun at the same time.